my name is Beth and welcome to my channel where I talk about cross stitch. But before we talk about cross stitch, I have to address the elephant in the room, which is that I cut off all my hair. I'm over the moon. I love it so much, and honestly, I was just so ready to have it all gone. It was heavy, it was unruly, it was tangly, and now it is none of those things. I could not be more thrilled. Shout out to Annie from Joyfilled Stitcher for recommending these headbands because you're right, they're amazing. Thank you, Annie. When she showed them on her channel, these are from Claire's, shockingly. And when she showed them on her channel, she talked about all the struggles that I have with headbands, and she just cut her hair, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna need those for when I cut my hair, and I'm in love. So thank you, Annie. What else? The lighting in here is not great today because it is 9 o'clock, but I had so much to show you that I really wanted to make this video so that it wasn't gonna be 2 hours long. The longer I wait, the longer these videos end up being. So let's jump right into it. I have 2 FFOs to show you today. Neither of them are here with me. This is, is this the third video that I've made that I've had an FFO to show you? At least the second. I don't know, who am I? What's happening? But I will insert videos of both of those here. Hey guys, I'm here in my PJs, but I just wanted to film a really quick clip to show a finish before I send it in the mail. So this is my When There Are 9. This is by Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. And I use like a white on white floral. It's kind of hard to see. The light's not great in here because it's nighttime. But I sewed on just a strip of lace that I think kind of looks like the Descent color. And yeah, this did not turn out the way that I expected. There are a few things on it that I just don't love. I don't think the lines are like the most straight on edges, and I should have used, I don't know if you can tell, I should have used black interfacing instead of white interfacing because this fabric is super see-through, but I didn't have any and I didn't know that that existed. So yeah, just a simple little pillow. It took me like 4 hours, 5 hours. It took me a long time. But I was chatting with a friend while I did it. Anyway, I know my mom will love this, and it's going off in the mail tomorrow for her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. I've been having so much fun with my sewing machine. It's still new to me, and it's still challenging, but I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with it now, and so I definitely think that like a finishing kick is going to happen toward the end of this year. I'm really looking forward to having some things finished and displayed in my house. So far, all the finishing has been for gifts because that's like got a deadline. But the ones for my house, I'd really like to have at least a couple done at the end of this year. I'm thinking maybe some holiday stuff for the holidays. Okay, I have finishes to show you next. Both of these finishes were also starts since the last time I saw you, and I think I showed you all of these in haul last time though, so you'll recognize them. This first one is on a piece of Highland 18 count Aida from Picture This Plus, and it is Captain Blackmane by Pedal Pusher. And this is an amazing horse in a pirate Halloween costume, and I love him so much. This Ada is like yellow and blue and green and fantastic, and I'm just super happy with how this turned out. And that will be a gift for my friend for Christmas. Next, another gift finish. This one is a gift for my mom. Whoops. Left the fabric card out. Did you guys hear my boyfriend sneeze in the next room? Okay. Next we have Neurotransmitters. This is by Fandom Cross Stitchery on Etsy. And I did this on 32 count Sea Lily linen. I think this is a Witchelt, and I didn't love it, but it's not as bad as like the black linen that I used for the Ruth Bader Ginsburg piece I finished for my mom. And I did this as called for, except the green in the pills I switched out the color for. It was called for 3347 and I used 3346, and that was just to make it a little bit different than the fabric. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I like how it looks on this fabric. I'm really happy. I think my mom will like it too. Okay. That was it for finishes. Now I have a bunch of starts. Let's start with the other piece I have in this sleeve. I have the gifts for my mom and my dad for this year in a Love You More sleeve. This is a snuggle. It's got flannel on the front and a nice plaid on the inside. What is this? Check? I don't know. It's pretty. Okay, so this one's for my dad, and it is X-Men by Pixels and Stitches on Etsy, and I'll put up a picture of what that will look like finished. Obviously, it's got to have a Wizard of Oz needle minder for my dad. I'm doing this on a piece of, I think this is 16 count Nessie Ada by Picture This Plus. And I cropped this down from the called for picture so that it would be a little bit more manageable, and also so that it would focus on the characters that my dad likes the best. And so I started with Magneto, and then we will move along to, I think I have 5 in total that I'm going to do. And they'll just go in a line like the pattern suggests. Okay, let's keep going with gifts. Let's show kind of a boring one. And it's only boring because I don't have very much on it yet. I'll put a picture of what this will look like. This is Never Tickle a Sleeping Dragon by Snarky Art Company on Etsy. This is the Latin slogan of Hogwarts, and I am stitching this for a friend of mine who is a Latin teacher and a big Harry Potter fan. So I just have the line across the top. That's it. I know that's super boring. This is 32 count Belfast in Camelot by Color and Cotton. This fabric is absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. It's a little bit more like grayish blue than it's coming off on screen. And I am stitching it. It's a little bit hard to tell, but I'm stitching it in Gentle Art Cinders. Man, you really can't tell in this lighting how beautiful this looks. Next, a gift for my friend who loves houseplants. We have another piece of Picture This Plus Nessie, but this is a 32 count Lugana. And I'm liking the Ada so much better than the Lugana, honestly. This is called Potted Flowers, which is silly because there are no flowers in it. And this is by Xandra Stitch on Etsy. That's coming along really nicely. I think this is the largest gift that I'm working on for the holidays, but because it's only 7 colors total, it's going along pretty quickly. All right, I've got 2 in this sleeve because it's for a couple. We've got, the first one is on a piece of 32 count linen in Glacier by Picture This Plus. This is Singing Parrot by Tiki and Stitch. This is one of the birds from the Tiki Room at Disney. And I love this. I believe I saw this for the first time on Park Hopper Bart's Instagram. And he's super fun. There are about 1 billion colors in this tiny, tiny pattern. This is the smallest of the gift charts that I'm doing this year, and it probably has the most colors. I think it has the most colors of any of the gifts that I'm stitching, but it's the smallest. It's goofy. And then on a piece of 18 count Jade Ada by Picture This Plus, we have Research. And I'm doing this in my own colors. And I also got rid of the called for light bulb, and I moved the microscope down. I started putting it in and had to frog it out, and now I'm putting it back. So I'm doing the microscope in DMC 29, and I'm doing the lettering in 939. And I'm really liking how that's looking on the fabric. Really, really nice. So all of these gifts, you're not seeing me post about them on Instagram because my friends follow me on Instagram. But hopefully you're getting progress on here, and then after the holidays, once I've given all these gifts, then I will do a big post about them on Instagram as well. Okay, so I think that was all the gifts that I've started. Now we've got starts just for me. We've got an overflowing sleeve here. I really wanted to store it in this snail sleeve because this is something that I started with Athena from Stitching with Friends, and she is part of the snail gang from the Black Needle Society retreats. But it's just not big enough for this project. This project really needs a bag because I have got a ring of Owl Forest embroidery threads. They are absolutely stunning. And this piece is called 100 Owls. It's a free sal being run by Owl Forest Embroidery. Athena and some of our friends totally enabled me to start this. And I started it with Athena last week, and that's my little start. So she and I are starting this in totally different places. So if you follow her on Instagram, she's made a bit more progress than I have as well. So if you follow her on Instagram, you'll get to see totally different owls. So I don't know if you can tell, but this floss is like kind of a white to blue to purple to pink pastels. It's like almost a unicorn owl. But it's very nice looking. And I am loving my fabric choice so far. We'll see as I keep going how I like it. This is 40 count dark cobblestone, I believe it's called. And I am using this same fabric, but in a different count, for my peppermint purple blackwork sal. So that's what this looks like now. And if you can see the 40 count, whoop, my needle minders linked together. Hold on. So they don't look quite the same. The 40 count is darker. This is the 40 count on top, and this is the 32 count. The 32 count is also a Lugana. So that's probably why they dye differently. And when I was looking for fabric for this style, I was thinking that I liked this color, but that I would prefer it slightly darker. But I wasn't able to find anything else I liked better, so I went ahead and ordered the 40 count of this, and it came darker. So I'm super thrilled with that. I think I'm really, really gonna like how that's turning out. I got inspired to do the darker color from following the hashtag on Instagram that Owl Forest is using. And I saw a couple of people doing this owl in a darker brown, and I just could not take my eyes away from it. So if you go and follow Athena, she is doing a lighter color, so you get to see how that will look different. I think they're both going to look amazing. Okay, and my last start to show you is on 32 count Beach Brew by R&R. This was a start I did for Halloween, and it is Happy Jack by Flosstube Stitcher. And that's all I got in. I mean, that's actually quite a bit. That's quite a bit of progress. I only worked on black, but that was super easy. I worked on this while I was watching a movie, and I really, really enjoyed working on this, and I can't wait to come back to it. Okay, that's it for starts. Let's move on to whips. The first whip I have to show you is my Frankenstein Sal from Stitching Book Club. And currently the whole thing is available now. I have finished up through part 3. Sorry, it's not laying flat. I had it folded up in there. So I finished all of the parts, and then all I've got left to do is fill in the border, like in this area here. And it's quite a filled in border, so it's going to take me a little bit of time, but it's monochrome, so hopefully it will go quickly. I'm really excited to have that done. This project has gone on the back burner a little bit because of my gift stitching that I've been doing, but I'm really, really hoping that I can finish this before the end of the year. I stitched that, by the way, on a piece of Ship's Manor 32 count linen. It was an orphan from them, and I'm doing that all in DMC 939. My next whip I pulled out on election day, and I stitched on this almost daily until the election was called. And that is Flosstube Stitcher Impossible Odds. And I am pretty close to a finish here. I have, I think, one more stripe to do on the flag, and then finishing up the border, and that's pretty much it. This one definitely took longer than I was expecting to, but I enjoyed every single second of this, and I really, really look forward to getting this finished. I stitched this on a piece of Color and Cotton River Rock 16 count Aida. And I did it on all the called for colors except for, I think I subbed out the red to 347. I put my voted sticker on it. Next, for my anniversary, I celebrated my 9-year anniversary with my boyfriend this year, and I pulled out my I Forget the Rest by Lindy Stitches. And this just makes me think of our relationship and makes me happy. And I got a lot of fill-in progress done on that owl. And the fill-in is so relaxing. I love stitching on this piece, and I'm doing this in all of the called for. Okay. Then we have another stitching book club. This one is quite a bit older than Frankenstein. This is Pride and Prejudice. And I think I made a little bit of border progress and a little bit of filling in the blue tables in the middle. That's how that is coming along. This is another one that I would really like to have done by the end of the year, but that feels a little bit ambitious at this point. And I believe this is my final whip. I didn't get a lot of progress on it, but I'll show it to you anyway. This is my Harry Potter covers collage by Fox and Teacup. And there's where I am. I am just making my way across this way, trying to fill in this column here. I would absolutely love to get to the end of the top row by the end of the year, but again, we're talking really ambitious. So that's all I've got to show you for whips. I know I breezed through all of my projects, but I have really enjoyed stitching on honestly every single one of them. And, you know, I try to balance while I'm stitching, thinking about the project that I'm stitching on, and if it's a gift, thinking about the person I'm stitching it for, or, you know, if it's for me, thinking about the content of the piece or what it makes me feel. I try to be really mindful with it, but lately, while I'm stitching, all I can think about is all of the wonderful things I have to stitch and how excited I am to stitch them all. And I've got so many whips that I love, and I've got so many things that I'm starting that I love. I'm overwhelmed by love for my cross stitch. Anybody ever feel like that? Okay, let's move on to haul because you know me, I've got a bunch to show you. Okay, let's start with the haul that is right in my face and kind of big and in the way. I ordered from Annie's Cross Stitch. That's where I get my Just Cross Stitch subscription, but they also have things that you can order physically. And they sent me an ad for free magazine organizers, and I thought that was so cool. Obviously, I had to buy things in order to get the magazine organizers for free, but you know me, not mad about that. So this is what they look like. So you can see there's like a little opening here, and you put the magazine through here, and then with the 3-hole punches, you can put them in a binder. So appreciate that. My magazines are starting to fall all over. I don't have like a ton of them, but I have enough that it's becoming a problem. So while I was buying things, I got this book. This book has been advertised to me all over the place on social media, in magazines, all over. And it just seems so cool. It's just like a book about different kinds of stitches. And it has some samplers in here that have a bunch of these stitches so that you can practice. So here is, whoop, no, not in focus at all. There we go. So that's an example of a sampler that's in here. I think there are 3. So it looks like this has like some hardening at the bottom, and yeah, it's got some really interesting stuff. I really like specialty stitches, so I'm really excited to go through this book. I don't think I will stitch the samplers that are in here, at least not in full. Maybe I'll do some pieces of them. Yeah, here's another one of them. And you can see, like, down at the bottom, from the squirrels down, I feel like I can see myself doing that. And the flowers at the top I really like, too. So maybe I just don't like the middle of that one. Anyway, this is a cool book. I'm really excited to dig through this. And finally from Annie's, I got a plastic box. But this box, as you can see, has 3 dividers in it. They do come out. So this box has a hinge on the short side here, which is interesting. So it opens like this, and then the dividers can come out or go back in. And I thought this would be really nice for storing my finishing fabric and like ribbon and stuff like that. My trims and all that sort of thing. Because right now it's just falling all over the place. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. So I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if it's going to work out for me, but I'm hoping that it will increase my organization even the tiniest bit. Okay, I'm overwhelmed by my pile. What should I show you next? I'm going to show you my order from Kitten Stitcher. So first I got these note cards from her. I first got sent this note card from Judy, who makes the project bags that I love so much. And she sent me this and I loved it so much, I wanted to get a pack for myself. I just think they're so cute. I think all of them in here have the same art on them. Also from Kitten Stitcher, I've been wanting to get this for a long time. This is her own artwork. She took this photograph of, I believe it's silk, and it's just a standard lined notebook. It's really nothing special on the inside. It's flimsy, like, I mean, it's not like solid. So you definitely would need something hard to press on still. Well, not even really. Like, you can, I don't know. I like it. I like it and I will use it, and it's really awesome. And what just fell on the floor is a fun sticker. And I believe she has notebooks with this design on them as well. Next from Kitten Stitcher, I got a Prairie Schooler. I'm not like huge into Prairie Schooler, but there are definitely a few that I like. And I'm super into the October and the November in this one. I also like the December and the August. So I think those are really the only ones that I like out of here, but I felt like that was enough to be worth it. So that's a fun one. And then I picked up this fabric with the hope that it would work for this project, and I think it's going to. This is 40 count water green. I don't know who makes this fabric. I feel like whenever I get fabric from Kitten Stitcher, it doesn't say who dyed it. but I believe this is a Zweigart fabric. Maybe it's just Zweigart, I don't know. But so that's what it looks like. And what I'm going to use it for is Yellow Submarine by Blackbird, one of the Beatles pieces. And so those are the colors. And I checked, there is one thread that's really similar. I think it's this one on top. No, it's this one right here. This thread is really similar to the fabric, but I checked and it's like an internal color, so it won't be right up against the fabric. So I think that's gonna look really, really nice. And I've got that stored in my octopus sleeve, which will then eventually house my octopus garden as well from Blackbird. Okay, maybe I'll show you threads next. So just a quick order from Fire Poppies. I got some DMC, and then I also got some more Crinkle Crinkle, Gentle Art, Cinders. Oh, there, now you're seeing the color much better than you were before. I was just, I only had one skein and it wasn't even a full one. And so I didn't want to commit to doing a monochrome piece in this color without having a bit more of it. So I got 2 more skeins. I probably won't need both, but just to be safe. Let me see if I can show you that piece a little better now that it's showing the color a little bit more. I think you can kind of see how beautiful that's going to be, right? Thank you to Fire Poppies for having a Gentle Art that has been difficult to find, and also for having super fast shipping for the DMC that I ran out of. Moving on to my nest egg, I get Gentle Art, and so we've got Midnight, Melon Patch, Misty Harbor, Moonlit Path, Cottage Blue, Morning Glory, Mint Julep, Mistletoe, Green Apple, and Bubblegum. Boy, is this a Tonks hair color. Next, for threads, I got another Owl Forest thread pack. Let me just say, Owl Forest, you are a great company. Not only do you make fabulous charts and fabulous threads, but your website's amazing. You are not difficult to order in English. You ship to the US for not that much money and pretty quickly. So, way to go, Owl Forest. Thanks for being awesome. This is the thread pack for this chart right here. This also was haul recently. This is called Autumn's Still Life, and this is a new pattern from them. As soon as I saw it, I knew I need to have it, and I knew I needed to get the thread pack from Owl Forest. This is the 40 count pack, so it has enough to do this piece on 40 count, and I just can't stop looking at these colors. I love them so much. Love them so much. I also, for this one, decided to get the needle minder that went along with it because it's a snail. I was really excited to see the snail on the pattern as well. So that's super fun. I'm really, really happy about that. Boring. I finally got my second pack of Q-Snap replacement snaps from being dumb last time and only getting 1 pack. Okay, next I will show you some fabric I got from 123 Stitch. These 2 pieces of fabric were things that I was trying out for the 100 Owls sale, and I didn't like either of them. So this is Picture This Plus Oaken, and this is Woodland from Zweigart. And they're both too light for what I wanted. Both 40 count, but I am totally fine having both of these in my stash. We got a nice mottled tan and a nice like sort of khaki. Not mad about either of these. That was why I got them, because I knew that even if they didn't work, that they wouldn't upset me. Next, I got a piece of 40 count Nocturne by Picture This Plus. I gotta be honest, I don't love the modeling on this piece of fabric. It's like, it's too much for me. And maybe with some stitching on it, it won't look as dramatic. But it's not my favorite. I got this because I liked the color, and I do like the color. I got it thinking it might look nice for the new Christmas pattern by Hello from Liz Matthews. I think it's called Good Tidings. I really want to get it. I haven't gotten it yet. And it's on Haunted. But from the pictures I've seen of Haunted online, it looks super different than what the fabric looks like in the picture of the chart. And I love how it looks in the picture on the chart. So either the picture on the chart is like blown out, or the pictures of Haunted Picture This Plus are blown out. It could be either one. But I don't think this is quite right for that. Anyway, so we'll see what I do with that. Next, I got some fabric from Fortnite Fabrics. This is my first time ordering from them, and it was a great experience. It took a little bit of time, but that was totally as advertised, so I was not surprised by that at all. And I wasn't ordering anything that I needed like super fast or anything. So I got a variety of types of fabric just to try out what they had. And so first I got It's About Time, and I got this in a 32 count even weave. That is not showing up even remotely close to what it looks like. It's looking like tan, but it is bright green. That's so funny. Yeah, it's bright green. This is a great fabric. It's not like Kermit green. It's just a beautiful color. Then I got a 32 count linen in the greens. That's showing pretty true to how it looks. It's more of like a teal, but it's got some yellow poking out too. And these are super modeled, but that's what I was expecting. The Picture This Plus, I wasn't expecting it to be quite so modeled. This one is a 32 count even weave in cranberry sauce. And boy, is this a beautiful color. This might be my favorite one of all of these. And finally, we've got a 40 count linen in Navajo Treasure. This is much more of like a sky blue color. And I got one other that I've already kitted into a project. This is going into No Place Like Home. Sorry, crinkle. I forgot to take this one out of the package. while I unwrap it, I'll show you the picture of the chart I want to use this for. This is 40 count Caravan Tan. And this is just a nice light neutral. Beautiful. I don't know what this smells like. Obviously in my Visit a Boss bag. All right, next I'll show you some sleeves I got from Love You More. I got this gorgeous floral. This is the bigger size, the full size. And the inside is like such a me color. Yes, love it. And then I got two standard size. This one, beautiful light pink with pumpkins on it, with a bright orange on the inside. This is holding my Happy Jack from Whistle Stop. And then we've got this gorgeous fall print. I think this is my favorite of the three. With a lovely burnt orange on the inside and some shimmery gold polka dots with shimmer, not glitter, so it's not going to come off on my fabric. Thank you, Landis Ladies. All right. Now we've got some finishing materials, all from Lady Doc Creates. First, I'll show you the ones that I have pegged for projects. And then I'll show you the ones I got just for fun. So I got some chenille in the color Jack. And I'm not certain if it's gonna work for this, but I have my Galleria piece, and I'm thinking it's a little bit more of like a burnt orange, and the color in the chart is a bit brighter. It looks a little closer color in person, but I don't know. I'm considering using that for this project. Then we have this one that I showed last time. So I got some velveteen backing fabric in sterling. Thought that would be really pretty, with some sea glass chenille to go around it. I think that'll be super pretty. The chenille is gonna really bring out that like really pretty blue-green color in the water. Next, I have my Hildy's Brew, and I'm going to finish that with some chenille called New Leaves. It's a little bit of a brighter green than that. I think that looks lovely. It kind of matches Hildy's skin a little bit. Not exactly the same color, but very complementary. Next, I got some Polar Ice chenille, and that is going to go with my Trans Lightning Bolt. This will be a gift this year. So that goes really nicely together. And then I got this chenille hoping it would work for the backing fabric for this piece, and it just is not going to work. It's called Rhubarb. And it's just not quite the right kind of pink. So instead, I'm going to try it as the backing fabric for my snail. So it's not the same pink, but it's much more complementary. And I think that will look really nice. I also accidentally got a second package of Polar Ice chenille. And I got some Poms in the color Wizard. Okay, I am covered in little fuzzies from showing you all that fabric. Let me make sure that was all the physical things I got. I think so. So I ended up purchasing the Christmas Sal that Tempting Tangles has done. It's called Gloria, and it is absolutely beautiful. Stunningly beautiful, but it's huge. And I really questioned whether I needed it, whether I wanted it, whether I was ever going to stitch it. But it's not going to be available after the end of the year. And I just knew I was going to regret it. It's not like it was that expensive. So I just decided to do it, and hopefully I find a time to stitch it. It was a mystery Sal. I'm very glad that I waited, because this is the type of pattern that I really need to see what it's going to look like before I dive in. But it's almost done now, and so I can see enough of it to see that I definitely would like to stitch it. Next, I got the Autumn Tree from Hello from Liz Matthews. This is just super me, and I love it a lot. And again, on the fall train, I got Little Fall Fling by Loohoo Stitches on Etsy. And finally, maybe the most exciting piece of haul. Let me try and not throw everything onto the ground. My most exciting piece of haul is my nice list box from the Black Needle Society. I got the 24-day Advent box, and what is it, 25? It's 25. 25-day Advent box. I love it. I'm so excited. So excited. I have opened it to make sure that it had all the parts in it that it was supposed to have, but they're all wrapped. And all wrapped very beautifully. Thank you, Landis ladies, and also all the helpers. Yeah, I haven't seen what the actual contents are of the box. I will be opening them day by day and vlogging as I go, but I'm so excited. Okay, now let's move on to pins and other fun things. I've gotten some really exciting pins in the mail. Let's start with the ones I got like literally today or yesterday. These were from a Kickstarter. This is from Catherine Ann. And we have this beautiful doe and stag Patronus. It says until the very end. It's got a bit of sparkle in it. And then a matching one of Sirius, and it says quicker and easier than falling asleep. Obsessed. Also from her, but not part of this Kickstarter, I got a pin that I absolutely adore, and it says God rest ye merry hippogriffs. That's a Celestina Warbeck song, and the song at the Wizarding World is amazing. It's amazing. I'm sure there are YouTube videos out there if you've never heard it before. Next, from a shop called Potter Stinks, I got this fantastic free sticker, which just makes me giggle. And this gorgeous pin of Hermione's beaded bag with a tassel. I love that pin. So cool. Next, I got my first ever pin from Poppins Collectibles. It is super hard to get pins from her because they just sell out really fast. This is a hobby for her. It's not her full-time job, and so she doesn't make huge batches of pins. And so, like, if you don't get in within the first 3 minutes, you're not gonna get it. And they're not cheap pins either. So this one is the High Inquisitor proclamations, and it's got a little door. And then the proclamation inside is interchangeable, and she sells different ones that you can switch out, which is very cool. I got the one that says, Dolores Jane Umbridge has been appointed to the post of Hogwarts High Inquisitor. She had 2 in the first drop, and I think she's releasing 2 other inserts for that. Okay, next I got pins from The Grey Lady. And this was a series of dark arts pins. It came with a super gorgeous postcard of the Hogwarts Express and Scotland behind it. So gorgeous. Then we have the, whatever the thing that Dumbledore used to drink the potion of in Half-Blood Prince. And they got the necklace. Then we have the serious death plot. We have the Curtain of Death, and this is gorgeous. I know it's a little hard to see with the black backing card, but this is like a clear bit. And then we have a beautiful cursed necklace. All right, next from, I'll finish my Harry Potter pins first. Okay, moving on to Electric Pin Company. I ordered these in like March, and they came a few weeks ago, finally, delivered to my old address, but my old landlord was able to grab them for me, which I super appreciate. So we've got 2 guitar picks, one for Celestina Warbeck and one for the Weird Sisters. Then we've got an owl carrying a chocolate frog, and we have a Cursed Child playbill, excuse me. I guess it says showbill. I don't know what the official term is. And then also from her, I got this keychain that says, "Don't forget your keys." And this is the symbol for the Department of Magical Transportation. And it says at the bottom, "In case of emergency, this can act as a port key. Use with care." That's so cool. And on the back, it has remembrals on it. How cool is that? So beautiful. I love this. Okay. Now I have a bunch of things from Mad Unicorn. First, I have my Patreon monthly pin. This one is Lupin. And the like pearly color in the moon is gorgeous. And that is page 394, by the way, because of course. Then from a recent Kickstarter, I got Sherbet Lemon. I got All Flavor Beans, and this one, the top part comes up and there's a little chocolate frog in there. He's so cute. I've got another moving one. This one says Ice Mice, and it opens to show the ice mice in there. Then we've got Pepper Imps. And finally, we've got a box of Snitch. This is like Quidditch chocolate. We've got 2 Snitches, a Quaffle, and I think a Bludger. And then I also got some beans. So this is the postcard of all of the bean options from this particular drop. And you could only get like a set of a row. You couldn't mix and match between the rows. So like if you wanted one in this row. You had to get the whole row. And I believe at the time that I got this, only maybe the first 4 rows were available. So there's definitely others that I would like. This is meant to encourage pin trading. I haven't really done that, but I definitely have some of these beans that I'm not like super attached to, so maybe I will try out some trading. So we've got a happy birthday. Sorry, it's not going to focus, but we've got a happy birthday. We've got a snitch, a lemon, which I really like, but doesn't feel particularly Harry Potter. Then this one is supposed to be Hagrid's rock cake. This is called Yule Mint. It's the imagery from the Yule Ball. We have a Patronus. This one is called Love Romilda. It's not going to focus, but it's just some pink hearts. That's one I would probably trade. This is a Weasley Wizard Wheezes, very glittery one. This one is probably one of my favorites. This is called Sirius. And it's a constellation. I don't know if this is actually correct, but I love it all the same. This one is another one of my favorites. This is Petunia's Cake. It's really hard to see. I feel like my camera is focusing on something else. But here, I'll show you. It's in the first row, but the top there. And then I got a jelly slug. So those were all of my Harry Potter pins. Next, I ordered from Sword and Whetstone. These are all Lord of the Rings pins. This one says, even the smallest person can change the course of the future. Just a gorgeous pin. We have, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. It's just some flowers that it's not focusing on, but there we go. Now you can kind of see. And finally, there is some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. And then lastly on pins, I supported a Kickstarter from Kelly Lou. These were all Pixar. So I got Hello Darling from The Incredibles. And then I got this mini with a Scream canister from Monsters, Inc. And then I got a freebie, just the Pixar ball. And then finally, the last thing I have to show you in my haul today is this sweatshirt that I'm wearing. Came from Not Very Ladylike. It's a store on Etsy. And I absolutely love this sweatshirt. It's so comfy. It's so fall. Love, love, love. I also got this Hufflepuff mask. I think it's super cute. Got lots of Hufflepuffy things on it. And finally, I got a Christmas ornament with a badger on it. And he's super cute. It's like a frosted glass. Oh, I just love it so much. Okay, that's all the haul I have to show you, which brings us to the end of this video. Hopefully this wasn't as painfully long as some of my videos have been recently. Yeah, I think it's slightly shorter this time, which is great. That was what I was going for. Hopefully I didn't breeze through any of this too quickly, but I enjoyed hanging out with you this evening, and I hope that you are able to find some time to relax with your stitching. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!